What's good with the collective? Y'all know we back with another banger, another reaction. I appreciate everybody who been tapping in, running up, and subbing up. If you new to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps collective grow, helps collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But might be a trigger warning or two. I hope not. If you're watching on your TV, whatever the case is, I wish you a smooth 7. Man, but I'm tired as I don't know what. I've been sleeping a lot. I was knocked out early yesterday. I'm still tired today. Man, I don't know what's going on. But bear with me. I've been knocking out a whole lot of content for y'all. We're going to keep it going. I ain't going to hold you. Y'all know what it is. Let's get straight to the video. Man, let's go. Man, a couple of y'all said that to me. I still can't tell you.
Did NASA find hell in space? They say it's just a red, fiery planet. But it doesn't act like any planet we've seen. It's something much older. NASA's Deep Space Probe picked up impossible readings near Saturn's orbit. Temperatures hotter than stars, electromagnetic bursts they couldn't explain. Then came the audio, voices, screaming, in every known language. They tried to shut it down. Scientists ran the signal through AI filters. It translated into phrases straight from ancient texts. Abandon all hope. One researcher quit, another disappeared. What they saw wasn't just science. NASA went silent. The mission was buried. Publicly, it's just a rogue exoplanet. But off the record, it's known by another name, the Wound. A living gate, a prison, a place where time burns. Every culture has a version of this place. The only thing that's changed is that now we may have found proof.
Y'all let me know if this is a reach here. But anything NASA says, I don't believe it. What about y'all? Is that too far a reach? That first clip, yeah, I think maybe entering different timelines, different realities, alternate realities, a glitch in the matrix. I can't put my hand on it. Y'all let me know what y'all think it is. I seen that clip quite a number of times now. A lot of people sent that one. That was one where it was like, okay, I gotta bring that one on. Because a lot of y'all sent it. So y'all let me know. I'm alternate realities, glitch in the matrix, somewhere around those lines. I don't know. Let me know what y'all thinking.
Seeing these lines in the sky, some believe these are concerning chemtrails, and others just call it a conspiracy theory.
Either way, Florida lawmakers took a big step toward what they call banning weather manipulation today. Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders looks into the plan and also what's next.
It was last year between Hurricanes Helene and Milton, GOP firebrand and Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene had this viral post. She claimed the federal government was controlling the weather, stoking conspiracy theories that the White House was trying to influence the 24 election. The idea was quickly denounced by politicians on the right and left, but about a month later, State Senator Ileana Garcia filed SB 56, banning weather modification in Florida.
28 yeas, 9 nays, Mr. President.
So the bill passes.
And Thursday, it passed the full Senate.
This is about protecting Florida's environment and public health. With no federal guidelines in place, Florida must take responsibility for its own airspace.
If signed into law, the bill bans the release of chemicals, substances, or use of a device to affect temperature, weather, climate, or intensity of sunlight. Anyone who does so faces a third-degree felony. The Department of Environmental Protection, tasked with enforcement, even getting a hotline where the public can report suspicions.
What I don't want is for a loophole to continue to grow, and that we have something as powerful as weather and weather modification to be weaponized.
Things like cloud seeding are real. In places where extra water is needed or helpful, scientists use silver iodide to push rain clouds into raining. CNN recently highlighted the benefits.
The hydroelectric power company says that last year's cloud seeding program has provided a 300% return.
How many homes can that power? Like, what are you getting out of that?
On average, that's in excess of 60,000 homes.
Supporters of the ban say there just isn't enough science out there yet and would rather wait before allowing this kind of stuff to continue.
And listen, whether you believe this is a big deal or not a big deal, the best thing about this bill is after it's implemented, you will know.
The governor's a fan too, but has an issue with a more moderate version over in the Florida House.
And they would actually codify the practice of geoengineering and weather modification. People got a lot of kooky ideas that they can get in and put things in the atmosphere to block the sun and save us from climate change. We're not playing that game in Florida.
Opponents, meanwhile,
I'm afraid that we're legislating on some of these tinfoil theories, as you described.
State Senator Tina Polsky said lawmakers are just moving too fast.
I'm not, denying that there might be something going on. It's just we have to have the right methodology to take care of it. And, that's what we do in state government. It's not right for us to just slap on fines or...
I hope that clip can stay in here. I really do. I'll pray that that clip can stay in the lineup. If not, it's about chemtrails. They like to say in California, we're going through a drought. So then they start using a lot of chemtrails. They do dim the sunlight. They block it out. They only with chemtrail in that one part of the sky. It's like they'll blanket that part up so the sunlight can't get in. Y'all know why. This for entertainment purposes though. Y'all let me know what y'all perspective's coming from. I want to hear y'all perspective on this. Spam it up. I think they should keep those people safe. The people who are against this, keep them safe, bro. Keep them safe.
Hey, if you don't believe in the Anunnaki and extraterrestrials, then you need to stop listening to Earth, Wind, and Fire. Alright? Do that for me today. Don't ever listen to Earth, Wind, and Fire. See, they didn't just make chart-topping hits. They infused their music and album art with ancient Kemet and Anunnaki symbolism. From the pyramids and Ankhs to winged sun discs and stars. Their visuals were full of ancient symbols. But this wasn't just for aesthetics. The band leader Maurice White had a vision to awaken and inspire listeners on a spiritual level. Why would a 70s front band design their art with signs of gods and pharaohs? By the end of this video, you will see how Earth, Wind, and Fire use hidden knowledge and sacred symbolism to uplift the world, singing your ass all the way to enlightenment. Crazy. Earth, Wind, and Fire's album covers are filled with Anunnaki symbolism and hints of ancient civilizations. Maurice White, the band's founder, was deeply inspired by Kemet, or ancient Egypt. He even named the group after the elements, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I don't know how that label let him do it.
We all know that Pope Francis died at the age of 88, which means new endings and new beginnings. Now they are saying that we might have a black pope. Can you imagine what's going to happen to the world if they get a black pope? I can hear so many black people in the background saying, yes, 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 we got a black pope. We have someone that finally understands what we've been going through. In order to break out this matrix, you have to understand the language. When you say you are black, you are saying you are dead. The word black really means death. So if we get a black pope, that means death is coming. I'm not saying black people are evil. What I am saying is black people don't exist. The first language of the universe is symbolism, and we have to learn how to read it fast. So many people see this event taking place like the last days. Anytime there is a last day, there's a new day. Everything on this planet is dealing with money and water. Did you know that every child that's born in this matrix is owned by the Vatican? Yes, the Vatican owns all of us. What's taking place right now is the big ass ritual, and this ritual is called death. You ready for this? It's not any kind of death, it's a spiritual death. 2025 is number 9, which is the energy of the goddess. So right now we are living in the year where we can change everything in this matrix. We can have infinite money, we can have abundance, we can have happiness, we can have everything because the woman gives everything. She is the portal that brings all life into existence. So right now we are living inside of the womb, about to give birth to a new world. But the Pope means father. So 2025 is number 9, the goddess. The Pope, the father, just died. We are living in the matrix that's controlled by Father Time. Father Time is eating the goddess. A new world is coming, and it's not going to be pretty for none of us. This planet is the Father. This is the Son. And the moon is the Holy Spirit. Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Father, Mother, and we are the Holy Ghosts that don't understand what's taking place. They are about to give birth to a new banking system. And if you are lost at sea, don't worry about it. The moon will pull you up to the spaceship. Everything is dealing with currency and water. Everything. If you ever find yourself owing the system a lot of money, they say, shit, that person is drowning in debt. The banking system is connected to Jesus walking on water. Everything is connected. It's not about these people. It's about the symbols and logos that control this whole matrix. Remember, we are all living in a spiritual jail right now. So many people ask, what is the matrix and why we can't see it? Why we can't escape it? Well, this is the matrix prison right here. This is the prison. I want to keep my channel, so it's only so much I can say. Check out my ebook, link in the bio.
Spam up y'all thoughts. Reach, not a reach.
You know, I was gonna do this report a little bit later on, but y'all need to hear this shit. Y'all peep this shit. Now, I don't know if y'all heard about what's going on, but y'all remember all this bullshit that China and America got going on with this goofy ass T-war, right? Well, guess what? China's best friend named Hong Kong that decided to step her ass into the motherfucking chat room and decided to stop all shipment to America. And that come into play April 27th. Now, I've stated once before that all of our shit in our houses and all of the shit, all the items and shit that are in these stores and shit is made in China, right? Oh, I ain't get to the part of what was made in Hong Kong. So, hospitals done reported that majority of their goods, their medicine, their equipment, all of that shit that hospitals need, ask me where they get them from. Hong Kong. And on April 27th, Hong Kong is stopping all shipment. They doing the exact same shit China doing. So what does that mean for hospitals? Hospitals are coming out and coming forward and saying they're gonna have to close down after the 27th. So what does that mean for the terminally ill? What does that mean for mothers who have surgery that damn day? What does that mean from get their medications from the hospital? What does that mean for anybody and anything that needs a hospital? Then what? Hell, I would not be surprised if the animal shelter start coming out and talking about or the animal hospital start coming out and saying they ain't got shit either to help animals. Then what? Do you see where the ego is coming in at? His ego done led to where we are now. We are gonna have to close down hospitals now. Make America great again, my black ass.
Shout out to Mitty, man. I feel the perspective. I feel it. I'm just curious as if like I seen comments and people saying hospitals won't close. Now this for entertainment purposes. They won't close, right? So y'all know how like there's a saying, things happen. Where I grew up, they like to say shit happens. Sometimes it ain't good things that happen. What if things that go on in the neighborhood, people need immediate hospital attention? If the hospital closed, what happens? Like they said, I seen some people in the comments say that they get their stuff from like herbs, natural remedies, and things like that. But there's some people who can't rely on that right now, or they let certain things get so bad that a natural remedy or herb, their body's reliant on that hospital, whatever the hospital's curing them with. You know what I mean? It's a lot of different things, but some people are gonna need those hospitals. There's some people who won't need them, and there's some people who will need them. And that's where it's like, to me, I feel like this is gonna lead into that WW3. It's for entertainment purposes though. But y'all let me know. This is just like little small stepping stones that's gonna lead to. That's what I feel. That's what I feel. Let me know if I'm reaching, or how y'all feel about what she said. Whether you if you rock with the left or the right, the red or the blue, I don't mean no disrespect to nothing that that you look up to or that you rock with. I don't mean no disrespect. I'm just giving my reaction as far as like the bigger situation at hand. Not who's bashing who, what's what. No, I'm not here for that. I'm here to go through why the hospitals is closing. So y'all let me know how y'all feel.
Do you think I should not eat this? Or is this normal when making a burger? Or should I just throw it away? Or is it okay? Let me know in the comments, please. Someone let me know.
Shit, you ain't gotta ask. I ain't gotta ask nobody. That's getting tossed.
Where?
In the middle of the living room.
The roof is all up. Holy shit! Dude! Oh my... Go! Go! I could have sworn I saw a person.
That's why you play around.
As we transition into the future, do you think we will be able to revitalize the minds of black people as we transition, as far as like the younger demographic of people?
No. No. There won't be no revival. It don't get better, it gets worse. It has to come to an end so something new can come about. Unless there's a war in America, I can see nothing that would ever change the trajectory of America. Whether that's a civil war or a foreign war. Right now, politically, we're at the brink and the verge of a civil war politically between the Democrats and Republicans with Trump, and we're at a civil war. That's just politically. Nationally, there are 99 different tongues in America, and nobody is adhering to America's old custom and traditions, but the old white Americans. So we divided as a nation. There won't be an attack from the outside, it'll be from within, just like the 9/11 attacks. So who's prepared for it? Surely not black people. We're the only group that's trying to have fun in today's atmosphere and climate. Everybody else is preparing for what's to come.
First and foremost, BDL 1014, my God. A collective. How many of y'all want to see us put something together? Us sit down and have a talk like this. How many of y'all will be down and see that? I mean, me and BDL be having a little talk, trying to see what we could do for the future. But, so shout out to BDL, man. GOAT. Straight legend. I rock with his content. Y'all go run him up. But I also want to say, a lot of people be having something to say about Charleston White, based off how he words some of his words, or says certain, how he explains his opinion to people. Sometimes it can come off insulting. Sometimes it could be a little disrespectful. Sometimes it could be way out there. But this one right here, he on point. He on point. And I also want to say, people who be running up on him, because I seen somebody run up on him and he did what he did. I mean, we gotta start running up on people just because we don't agree with what they say. That's their opinion. That's their, even if it's insulting and it's disrespectful, I won't tolerate it. But I won't put myself around somebody who I feel like is gonna say something disrespectful to me and make me want to fly off the handle. I vibrate higher than to be around people of that, you know? But, not saying Charleston White's that, but I'm just saying if he does that for you like some people do for me, then you can't be running up on people, bro. That's the way he think. If it wasn't directed at you, and that's the way he feel, let that shit fly. That's him and somebody else. You ain't got to agree with it, but it ain't got nothing to do with you, so don't be running up on him. That's how I see it. He did what he was supposed to do. And there's some things he say that I rock with, and there's some things I'd be like, I don't agree with it. But I don't gotta go at war with him about it either though. I could respect his opinion and let it be, because I'm not gonna control that much. I don't care that much to control his perspective or opinions. But I seen something, that's why I had to point that out. And it's like, we don't gotta agree with what each other say. Let's just be respectful and move on. It's because it's bigger fish to fry, and there's more things we probably could agree on rather than this one thing we disagree on. Let me know. I agree with him on this clip. Spam it up.
Do y'all think it's possible that one of the places that none of us on this earth can even go to might be the source of the giants? You know, that really cold place, that southern ice ring, cold now, but it used to be warm. We'll get to that in a minute. So we've quite literally had videos and pictures of giants popping up all over the place for a few years now. We've even had TikTokers like Andrew Dawson go completely missing after being stalked by unmarked cars. All because he saw alleged giants on a mountain and posted it on TikTok? And that we allegedly have the lineage of these giants and Nephilim on Earth with us right now? Not only the DNA on this earth, but also lineage in the royalty. And by the way, it's not just 6 fingers and 6 toes, there's also other physical indicators, like elongated skulls like you see right behind me, normal, not normal. And of course, there's tons of literature about them as well. And the even really weird part is that you can actually be followed around for having this DNA if somebody finds out. And here's where it gets a little bit weird. Did you happen to see that document, that declassified allegedly document that was dropped by a 3-letter agency? You know, it's talking about those things from outer space, right? And it said that they were petrifying people. You know where I'm going with this, too. Hold on. If you're an OG follower, do you remember a little while ago when I made this video of these sculptures, and I was talking about how they're so lifelike that I wonder if they were maybe at chance a human before they were a sculpture? And how with even laser technology that we have right now, we can barely, if at all, make things this lifelike out of stone and marble and just the hardest things on this earth? What's the possibility that these stones are actually humans? If so, that brings me to my next part. The terracotta army in China. I never believed the historical narrative about this. That they, made 8,000 soldiers to guard someone in their afterlife? I'm not buying it. So the terracotta army, were they all turned to stone? Is this why we had the Great Wall of Tartary? Tartaria's Great Wall that was defending against And if so, who was on the Tartarian side turning these people into stone? We know according to Genesis 6 that the giants didn't stop after the flood. Neither that nor the angelic activity that's been on the earth since forever. And according to their own documents, that these space things are interdimensional creatures. Are angelic wars the source of petrification? We have stories like Medusa and others where things turn to stone. And there are thousands of images of giants in mountains. Make sure you catch the full video on the red play button, because I am sick of being tongue-tied over my words on these videos for these platforms. And with all the new sightings, where are these things coming from? And by the way, this is the same exact map that shows Antarctica warm. Also has giants in the water. Go figure. They have to be hiding somewhere in this realm for them to keep popping up on the mountaintops. Weird.
That's a crazy jump.
Has anybody seen the video that's going semi-viral right now involving this man right here and his wife that just so happened to move to a property out in the Arizona desert? Him and his wife just moved out there recently, and they started exploring their property looking for origins of water. Well, when they were out on their property, they just so happened to uncover a shit ton of backpacks that were mostly children's backpacks, a whole bunch of shoes, the shoelaces being untied, which is a key point that everybody should notice, which right off the bat, people would probably think, okay, well, that's traffic, you know what? Which I don't know why you started touching those items to begin with, because that right there is a serious no-no. But it provides a prime example of something that not a lot of people have actually had the chance of seeing. Seems to be a possible location of which a pickup transfer site once existed. A literal layup spot of which majority of them, unfortunately children, yes, leave behind almost everything in the case of Border Patrol getting close. And the main reason behind why I say that is because he has yet to find any bras or underwear. If you know, you know, that's a really dark rabbit hole that you probably don't want to go down. But the guides that lead them out there tell them to ditch everything when they're about to load up. It's a really up situation when it comes down to it. And you know, of course, he continues to make videos of it. I mean, I would too if that was my first video that went viral. But it's a really interesting example nonetheless of how much of a struggle that these individuals have coming into this country. Primarily the journey of which they have to go through. And a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, well, they shouldn't come to this country anyway. And I mean, I get it, but let's be realistic here, people. Whose land was this to begin with? I got you there, huh? But anyways, I'll tag them down below so you guys can watch those videos. Like I stated, they are very interesting. At first, it might seem very dark, yes, but like I stated, you have to look for certain key points in these videos.
Yeah, I want to check that out.
Well, now I'm recording like right to TikTok because like shit is getting real now. So we're off north of our property a little bit, and we were looking for places that naturally hold water, and we found this like little pond that's like north of an arroyo, and this thing is filled with kids' backpacks.
Like filled with backpacks.
And there's like a mound here, and
there's like a bunch of signs
there's more
of
backpacks.
Like wildlife activity,
like if you dig down,
it's like
there's backpacks. There's little kids' backpacks here.
Don't be too loud, please.
Like there are kids' backpacks here. I'm armed, but we found a place out in the middle of the desert north of our property that has bones and boots and
all sorts of shit.
Kids' backpacks. Yeah. This is getting really, really weird. Do you smell that?
What?
Something smells like sweet.
No.
Like it smells like laundry detergent. Do you smell that? And there's like...
Well, you know it smells that like sweet like that out in places like out here.
So we just hit a point where we found like our 5th backpack or bag after finding that boot. And yeah, we're done. We're gonna head back to the property. Gonna have to contact somebody about this because one of our neighbors was really, really interested when we found bones on our property. And that guy's been really, really against us having social media. So I think it's... Sorry, we're kind of in shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to figure this out, but we just found a bunch of backpacks and like personal belongings.
Damn. Y'all know what that is, bro.
Found the spot.
I don't know if y'all been keeping up
it's
with
exactly like we thought.
the Wiggins Wild World. Just watch.
Little glittery pink Nike shoes and little pink purple backpacks. Like literally everywhere we look, there's a buried backpack. And they're all like this size. And half the ones that I've looked at and still have personal effects in them. Like this one over here, literally was filled with clothes and toothpaste.
They're out near the Mexican Arizona border.
More little backpacks. They're all women's and children's shit. Like, yeah, I understand migrants leave
And
stuff.
they found all
these
this
are
near
all
their
purple.
home.
These are all like purple little girls shit, man.
I have all the videos. I don't know if I should drop them or not. Let me know.
What y'all think? I think that one a little bit deeper than what anybody is thinking. Y'all let me know. I'm like way shook to even like post that. I'm like, wait, yeah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know.
Guys, have you seen Wiggins Wild World TikTok account? These two have come across some really crazy stuff in their homestead that they just moved to in the desert about 15 miles away from the border, and they came across a whole bunch of shoes and kids' backpacks, kids' shoes that were untied. It's intense. And here's a clip of what I'm talking about.
So here's the boots. We found the match to the green boot that started it all yesterday. There's a like little girl's pink, glittery purple Nikes. All the stuff that we're finding, except for one pair of boxers, are women and children's. Like every backpack we're seeing is little and pink or purple. Yeah.
He even found a bone that was next to a pair of kids' pants. He has mentioned that this is about 15 miles away from the border, but it's in a place that does not have any roads. It's off-grid. They're trying to do a whole homestead, and they came across this stuff. He was also talking about how he had a neighbor that was like, don't do any social media stuff, and was being a little sketchy. So this is happening in real time, and I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out. Here is the TikTok account. It's Wiggins Wild World. I'll be tagging him on this so you guys can follow this in real time as well. I'm invested and I want to see what the hell's going on there. If you are a journalist, please figure out what the hell is going on, and hopefully we can expose this and get this out there. All signs are leading to
Why the police ain't came out there?
We only have one left. The mama is back there. You see her? The mom is up on this corner up here watching us. You see her? Crazy. One baby owl left. And then it's done.
So, y'all saw what was floating over the ocean in Sydney, Australia this weekend, right? The black, terrifying mass that was just floating over the ocean. Well, if you haven't, don't worry. I'm going to show you at the end of this video, those videos, so stay for that. But yeah, in Australia this weekend, a dark, black, ominous, terrifying mass-like cloud was just seen and videoed floating over the ocean. Now, I did a little bit of research because obviously scientists are going to say that it's of natural causes, and it's something called a scud cloud. But I'm going to tell you what I believe. I believe it's a portal opening from another dimension breaking through. Now, you don't have to believe what I'm saying. You make up your own mind when you see the video. But the video looks very similar to other things that I've seen when I've been going down rabbit holes about portals opening. But I'm not here to tell you to believe one thing or the other. You make up your mind. That's not my call. However, also in Australia, they just confirmed that they're building the world's first black box to record the demise and destruction of the Earth. So over the weekend coming out of Australia, we have this black-like cloud just floating over the ocean, you'll see. And now Australia is creating the world's black box that's going to record our destruction. Now, remember, anything we talk about is for education, conversation, learning, and entertainment purposes only. So take what you will, leave what you don't want. That's not for me to decide your life. Now, watch the video and let me know in our conversations today what you think it is, because I know what I think it is.
It's a book called 3 Magic Words. It's a dope book, man. It's by a dude named U.S. Anderson. That's one of the books that changed the way I think and really empowered my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So I'll definitely suggest that. It's about understanding your power as a creator. You know what I'm saying? We are creators. For some reason, we got faith in negative and not faith in positive. You know what I'm saying? Which is the big distinguishing factors of which one of your thoughts become real, which one you fully believe in. And it's just about understanding that it's just as easy to create success and positivity and happiness as it is to create failure, misery, and, you know, unhappiness.
First off, rest in peace and Nip Hussle, man. The legend. One of my favorite, like, I'm telling you, somebody who's helped put me on the right path, following a blueprint. I've documented that in songs way before he left this earth and transitioned. But yeah, rest in peace to him again. It's one of my favorites, bro. Facts. Y'all take that positive words and y'all run with it. But what y'all think going on with that in the sky? What is that? That black cloud. What is that? That's not a cloud, bro. What y'all think it is, though? Also, the black box that Australia creating, what y'all know that we don't? That's my next question, but y'all let me know. Spam it up. Hey, now I ain't no expert, but a cloud ain't supposed to do that.
Pythagorean numerology is not numerology, it is tricknology. While Pythagoras was in Egypt, they taught him Chaldean numerology. But when he went back to Greece, he came up with his own shit called Pythagorean numerology, just so he can name himself the father of numbers and mathematics. I don't know if it was a mistake, if he purposefully misguided the world, I don't know what he was thinking. But when he came up with his own numerology system, he made the one fatal mistake that the ancient Egyptians and the Chaldeans said never to ever make, which is including the number 9 in the alphabet. The reason why you cannot include the number 9 in the alphabet is because the number 9 just absorbs and dissolves the qualities of all the other numbers around it. Any number that you add to 9 just equals itself. For example, 9 plus 5 is going to be 14. 1 plus 4 makes 5. 9 plus 8 is 17. 1 plus 7 makes 8. 9 plus 3 is 12. 1 plus 2 makes a 3. You can do this on and on and on. Any number you add to 9 is going to equal itself. And any number that you multiply to 9 is going to equal 9. The number 9 does not alter fate. It can only fulfill fate. The only fate numbers is 1 through 8, and this is why 8 rhymes with fate. And if you add up all the numbers from 1 to 8, it adds up to 36. 3 plus 6 makes a 9, and 9 is the number of completion. It is a seal. It ends a number sequence. The frequency and the vibration of the number 9 is way too high to be contained in one singular letter. And if you try to put the number 9 in the frequency of one letter, it's going to continue to keep vanishing by dissolving the qualities of all the other numbers around it and reflecting them back to each other. You cannot add the number 9 to any number. Anytime you attempt to do it, the number is going to equal itself. Just like when you add any number to 0, it's going to equal itself. The number 9 is a physical representation of the number 0. The only time you can have the number 9 in the name is if all the letters in your name add up to 9 by not using the Pythagorean method. This is why you will never ever find a professional or a master numerologist using Pythagorean numerology, because your name carries your soul's contract. Your soul contract is in your name, and the Pythagorean method does not accurately decipher that contract because it doesn't use the right formula to calculate the name vibration. Any numerologist that uses the Pythagorean method to calculate the name number vibration is not a numerologist. It's either they are misinformed or they are a fake. The only accurate form of numerology that exists is Chaldean numerology. The numerology of the Kabbalah is also accurate because the Hebrew language comes from the Chaldeans. Abraham himself, who is the father of the Hebrews, was a Chaldean. And the numerology that they use in India, called Vedic numerology, is also accurate as well, because they preserved the knowledge that the ancient Egyptians taught them and they didn't corrupt it. In numerology, there are 108 different numerical vibrations in total. The number 108 is the most sacred number that exists in this world. This is why Buddha had 108 different knots on the top of his head. This is why there are 12 constellations and 9 different celestial bodies in astrology. 12 times 9 is 108. There's also 27 different nakshatras or lunar mansions in the sky. And there's also 4 different divisions per nakshatra, and 27 times 4 also gives you 108. The descriptions and the interpretations of all 108 numbers were first recorded by the high priests of the Chaldeans into ancient tablets when they first learned this information from the Anunnaki. They then went on and taught the ancient Egyptians this knowledge, who taught the 4 corners of the earth. The Western world was only able to preserve 78 out of the 108 different interpretations, and they transformed this knowledge into tarot cards so that people could understand them better. But the Vedic numerologists in India were the only people that were able to preserve all 108 numerical vibrations. And so that's where I learned all 108 numbers of numerology. And while the definitions of the numbers remain the same, depending on where this number is situated in your numerology chart is going to determine how it's going to affect you, your life, your soul, and your purpose. There are 3 main numbers in numerology. Just how you have a big 3 in astrology, your ascendant, your sun sign, and your moon sign. In numerology, it's your name number, your psychic number, and your life path number, which is also called your destiny number. Your psychic number is the day that you're born on and represents your conscious awareness and your mind. This is how you think, and this is the number that you are the most consciously aware of. In astrology, this would be similar to your sun sign. Your life path number, which is all the numbers in your birthday added up, represents your destiny. This is the algorithm of your life, and in astrology, it will be represented by your moon sign because your moon is subconscious. Your life path number is subconscious. You're not aware of it, although it governs your whole entire life. But the older you get and the more experiences that you go through, the more you'll start to see your life path number. It represents a hidden gift that you were born with that your life is going to bring out. So it represents your whole entire destiny. All your experiences are designed to bring out this life path number. It's your life's theme. So you're not aware of it now, but the older you get, the more you'll grow into it. And then your most important number is your name number. This is the real you. Your name number is like your ascendant in astrology. Your name number is you. This is your soul's contract. This is what you came to this world to do. This is who you are. This is what you're naturally good at. This is what you naturally gravitate towards. But the number that you're going to be the most aware of is going to be your psychic number because that directly affects your mind. Your name number is like you. It's like your soul. And it's going to be how you deal with all the experiences in your life. So your name number is the most important number in numerology. Now, if you'd like to learn how to calculate your name value using Chaldean numerology, if you'd like to learn how to use the 108 different numerical vibrations to figure out what your name value means, what your psychic number means, what your soul number means, what your personality number means, what your life path means, or figure out how to see into your future by using the personal year number vibration calculation, click link in my profile bio and read my book, Supreme Mathematics, a complete guide on Chaldean numerology.
See, for the first 2 numbers. The last number with the name number I haven't looked at, but I don't like when people give you the game and in the last bit of the game they want to say, if you want it, comes, bro, shit, man. I love his work. I love his content. He was on point. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. But the thing that pissed me off is just that last part. Link in the bio. Bro, just give the sauce, bro. You got the game you supposed to give it, bro. Drop the rope and let us have it so we can climb up and get to the level you at with it. With that rabbit hole. That's how I see it, bro. Forget a damn link in the bio. People gonna hit your link in the bio when you turn around and giving them game for free. They gonna come, bro. Just give it up for free, bro. I don't even know if he's charging with the link in the bio, but it's just like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel. Can y'all enlighten me on the name, how to get to the name number. I want to learn how to get there. I'm gonna have to go searching and looking, but yeah, I want to know, man. Mine's a 9. I was born on a 9, and my actual life path's an 8. So y'all spam with y'all's.
We are the X-Men! Gods, goddesses, I'm gonna need y'all to buckle up for this one, because it's gonna be a multi-part series on how we get our powers back. And yes, it's locked deep down inside of us. We just need the right minerals, gases, alchemy, and meditation. Pay attention. There's over 30 minerals in the body. We know a lot like calcium, magnesium, but phosphorus? Phosphorus. We even have selenium. I know, what is selenium? We're gonna talk about it. Copper, all of it. All of it's in us. Phosphorus. White phosphorus is highly flammable and spontaneously ignites when exposed to air. Flammable. This is in your body. Red phosphorus is flammable. All of this stuff is used for weaponry. Flares, incendiaries, weaponry. This is in your body. Red phosphorus is flammable, right? Look at this. They use it on striking surfaces of safety matches. Look. Striking surfaces on safety match boxes. Now, pay attention. Selenium. What is selenium? I believe selenium is melanin. It's a non-metal element making pigments for ceramics, paint, and plastics, but photocells, solar cells, and photocopiers. Why are they using this stuff for ceramic paint and putting it first? Look at this, the uses. Selenium is used for, once again, pigments for ceramic. They put the BS first. I had to point out the sentence in the middle of the page where it says selenium is used in the production of glass, rubber, and a catalyst in chemical reactions. This is in our body, our melanin. They use it for glass, rubber. This is shape-shifting. We can be anything we want. How about right here, where it says devices that can convert light into electricity, convert sunlight into electricity. This is us. Devices that convert sunlight into electricity. All this is us. You can read it, pause it. Now pay attention. Magnesium. Magnesium is a paramagnetic metal. It's in our body, which means it is slightly attracted to a magnetic field. However, it does not have the strong magnetic properties of a ferromagnetic metal, such as iron in our body, which permanently magnetizes and can attract other magnetic materials. We have magnetic minerals in our body. We can do everything. Magnesium is a paramagnetic placed near a magnetic field. The electrons line up and magnesium becomes attracted to metal. It lines up into a magnetic field if you put it close enough to something magnetic. We are magnetic beings. Iron in our body is a ferromagnetic material, meaning it exhibits strong magnetic properties and is attracted to magnets, unlike most other metals. This magnetism stems from the alignment of atomic magnetic moments within iron, creating a net magnetic field. Iron creating a net magnetic field in our body. We are magnetic.
Is that a reach?
Okay, time for a little bit of history. First off, I want you to realize that the word Egypt is a Greek word. It comes from Egyptos, which is a transliteration of the Egyptian name. That bold lie. But it says Temple of Solar Ptah, Mansion of the Spirit of Ptah. Utah, which is American. But, you know, we're going to move past that. So realize that the word Egypt means the mansion of the Spirit. This is your Egypt. Now, in Hebrew, they say it's Egypt, or Mizraim in Hebrew, is often used as a symbol of bondage, slavery, and Well, that's funny, because they're telling you that Egypt is a physical location. Meanwhile, just like every other nation-state republic, Egypt didn't exist in that land until the 1950s. Right? And the funny thing about that is that that's the smallest version of Egypt. Now, biblically speaking, they wanted you to realize that Egypt is right near Israel. Right? Even though Libya and Sudan and all these places didn't exist until the 1900s. I bet you wonder where I'm taking this, don't you? Now, I want you to notice something. You got Palestine. Alright. Now, what's funny about that is if you pull out the Old Testament map of ancient America, you'll see that Egypt is listed here. Israel's listed over here, Babylon, Assyria, right? Now, a lot of people argue that that's some bullshit, but if you pull up the exotic map, you will see Cairo right here. You will see Palestine right here. And Jordan is right here, you know, over by the real Israel and everything, right? Okay, so understand that, you know, outside of that, this general area, you know, where the Mississippi River runs would be considered to be Egypt, you know, where the real Nile River is that has the proper number of heads to it, unlike the fake one that's made over there across seas in that republic nation state that was created in the 1900s. You see, it's very interesting listening to people argue about these things having no context or no idea what they're talking about, but try to teach you about biblical things. Meanwhile, they don't even know what area the Bible's really talking about to even start to have these arguments and to understand or comprehend what the word Egypt even means, who really gave you that word, and why they put that fake nation state over there in that area in Albacan, or Alcaban, which was part of the what? The Tartarian Empire. You see? Same area. Now, why do we point out that that was part of the Tartarian Empire? Because we all know that America was part of the Tartarian Empire too. Because that was our shit that was being spread across the world when Genghis Khan joined in. Now, you ready? This is the part where I'm gonna really foul up. Because something that everybody misses when they look at this Tartarian map, right, is the fact that that's the United States right there. That's this. Right here is this green section right here. Yeah, I know. Shit seems crazy. A lot of things have changed very recently. You see how it's I-689 down here? So in the year 689, right? I. What comes after I? The J. You know how they have the J that comes before the numbers next? Something suspicious going on. Something very suspicious.
He said he was gonna F our heads up, right? So for him, that I was with him the whole way through. And then when he said America was over here, and that's the real Egypt, and I looked at it, you know when like your belief done been struck at, and there's something you believe, but then when you see something else, you like, let me be open-minded enough. That he might not be too far off. That's how I'm feeling right now. Where I'm like, he might not be too far off, bro. That one might be fact, bro. Even if I had believed something else, he's making a lot of damn sense. Let me know.
This might actually be the creepiest story I've ever heard. Like, it made me feel violently ill when I heard this. It makes me feel sick thinking about it. Like, I just don't want to. So there's a woman and she lives with her boyfriend, but one day she's home alone and she gets a frantic knock on the door, and there's a woman equally as frantic saying, my husband's in your house, you're not safe, you need to get out of the house. And this woman's like, love, I think you've got the wrong door. No one's in my house, it's just me. She ends up just shutting the door on this woman, being like, no one here, love, don't worry about it. And this woman continues knocking on the door. She's knocking on the window, going around the house going, please, I don't know where he is, I don't know what he's capable of, you need to get out of the house. Naturally, when someone tells you this, you can be like, is there someone in my house? So she does like a sweep, and she looks in cupboards, under doors, usual places like behind the shower curtain where a murderer could potentially be hiding, I don't know. And she doesn't find anyone. And she goes to the door, and the woman's still there, and she's like, there's no one in my house, I think you've got the wrong house, do you need me to call someone to come and pick you up? And then this woman says, you don't understand, he doesn't want you to find him. Says, he covers himself in lotion, right? He covers himself in lotion so you can't smell him, and he blends into his surroundings, and he can move his body in a way where he can fit into places where people shouldn't be fitting. So this girl's looking at this woman being like, okay, I'm going to call the police. And someone's like, the police aren't going to do anything. I've called the police on him. I need to come in and show you where he is. And she's getting these red flags being like, I shouldn't let anyone in my house. She shuts the door and she calls her boyfriend and she's like, what do I do? And he's like, call the police. Like, don't open the door to anyone, don't let someone in the house, call the police. She ignores him. For some reason, this woman just decides to sit down and carry on watching TV or whatever she was doing, I don't know. She carries on watching TV while this woman is like in a camping chair outside with a cigarette, like not joking, she's just waiting. Somehow she's focused on the TV, but she's paranoid and she's thinking, someone's watching me. And then she decides to follow every surface of her house to find anything out of shape. She goes up the cupboards, down, across tables, looks in corners, focusing on every detail. And when she gets to about a 20cm gap between her fridge and her wall, she notices something that looks like a finger bent out of place. I can't. She follows this bent looking finger, then she sees something that looks like an arm. She continues to look up, and then she sees a head. There is a man standing in a 20cm gap between her fridge and her wall in such an unnatural position that it looks like he's slightly bent forward. His hands and his arms are bent in place where he's kind of like squashed, but he's also leaning forward. And she just says, "Sir, you need to get out of my house." He's just looking straight forward, straight through her, no blinking, no twitching, nothing, just doing what he's doing. I thought someone was behind me then. I told you it makes me feel ill. She continues to shout, "You need to get out of my house, you need to get out of my house." He's not doing it. Now the woman outside is saying, "I don't know what he's going to do now you found him. You need to get out of the house now." There's a problem though. She needs to go by him to exit the house. Somehow she ends up falling over and she lands right next to his feet and he doesn't move. He's still just looking over her. She scrambles to the front door, opens the front door, and just the one bit of advice she should have done all along and call the police. 2 male police officers arrive, they do a thorough check on the house. No one's there, love, can't see anyone. And both of these women are saying, "He's in the house." Like, "I'm not going in there, but I can tell you exactly where he is." And they're like, "No one's in the house. We've searched everywhere, we can't find him." The police say, "If you don't feel safe, you shouldn't stay here tonight." But there's no one in your house. There's no evidence of anyone being in your house. If you see someone, call us, whatever. I don't know how delusional this woman is to be married to this guy or how he got a wife in the first place. But she ends up saying to this girl that he's been practicing for a while not being able to move, and he's not alone. He found out how to do it on the internet because apparently there's a group of men that like to just stand still and watch people. Oh! The woman's boyfriend comes home and she says to him, "We're not staying in the house, there's a man in the house," and he thinks she's overreacting. Even the guy's wife is saying to the boyfriend, like, "You're not safe in there. I don't know what to do." But this guy's like, "Where do we go? Like, this is our house. We're not being scared out of a house by some crazy woman and a man that's apparently just watching us in the house. Like, what do you want me to do with this information?" The girl and this guy's wife end up texting each other. They become best mates, you know, and they end up meeting up with each other so she can practice or show her how to see this man and how he's hidden in plain sight. This woman teaches the girl how to see her husband, basically. But then she says, "Let's drive into the city and practice." Then this woman says in the space of about 2 hours, they saw 3 of these men hiding in plain sight. They're just watching and waiting. For what? Who knows? It just seems to me that the 2016 clowns have evolved and now they're doing something scarier. It's like a group of incels on the internet just want to scare people. But it's making me feel ill, violently sick. Like, I'd take a ghost and a demon any day over a creepy weirdo man. Do you know what I'm saying? If you've got a scary story or something you want to tell me, inbox me, hit me up on my email. But try to avoid telling me stories like this because I can't sleep most nights and I'm definitely not sleeping tonight.
Oh, I got him. Yo, peep this, right? Look. Yes, individuals brought to Mexico on Manila galleons, particularly from the Indian subcontinent and Southeast Asia, were initially categorized as Chinos, Chinese. Upon arrival, later, however, they were legally reclassified as Indios. The term indigenous peoples of Spanish colonies and were treated as Spanish vassals.
The only tribe that was never conquered by the U.S. Army, correct?
It was kind of like when the U.S. went to Vietnam. They didn't know how to survive in the swamps. The Seminole tribe has always been rich. We just didn't have any money.
Get a little charge before we go?
Yeah, just so we're not stranded anywhere.
And that's hard rock.
Out to missing Native Americans. That page right there on TikTok, shout out to them. They're part of the collective as well. I be trying to make sure I share as much as their content as possible. Show some love to them. I know I shared them on my story on TikTok. Been a couple times we bring them on this channel. But y'all go check them out, man. Y'all go run them up. Trust me, go run them up. They got some valuable content, valuable knowledge, things that you can go dive down another rabbit hole, find out more information. But y'all let me know how y'all feeling. Was today, was say a banger, was it not? Let me know, man. I know y'all hate this part of the video. We made it to the end of this. And if you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Hit that bell so you always notified whenever we drop them uploads. Y'all know we coming with about 4 videos every smooth 7. And this is for entertainment purposes as well. And when you like and comment and subscribe to the channel, helps Collective grow, helps Collective get bigger, helps more people who like this type of content tap in with this content. But I love y'all, Collective. Even if you're watching on TV, I wish it was smooth 7 as well. Man, I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. Until I see y'all in the next one, y'all know what it is. We gone.
Ay, yeah, I just check my account. Sheesh, at the amount. You probably know it.